Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Happy anniversary, 20 years this year. Like, how did we get here? How did we get 2 decades since Friday Night Lights?
We met, and then we all fell in love with each other. And we were sort of struggling and never struggled. Became a family immediately, and then it lasted until today and after today. That's what happened.
Yeah. The world kept turning, baby.
Well, there's some exciting news coming out of this festival, this docuseries that you're producing as well, right?
I'm just one of the guys.
One of the guys.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about sort of the origins of this. Why now? Why was now the perfect
And
time?
I don't know. The guy's from New York, and he's done a lot of famous documentaries. So he wanted to do one like this. And I said, I'll turn you on some names. That's all I'm going to do. Anyway, he's fervent about doing it.
And we're filming here with fans, which I think, is a testament, to the love that, fans have had for 20 years for this show. And it's a way to show appreciation to them as well, because they helped save the show several times.
Yes. Yeah, back in the day after season 1, I know they sent, because GE was at the top of the rock in New York City, sent all these eco-friendly light bulbs with
The light bulbs,
keep
yes.
the lights on for Friday Night Lights. And it was cool to see then the fans were so passionate about the show. And then 20 years later, new fans are still coming and finding it every single year, and it still resonates with each generation that watches it, which is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, we're in the third generation now. It's going to be the fourth.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
And that must be kind of surreal for, directors, producers, and talent to sort of see the enduring legacy of this. With streaming, it gives, people access to see the show a lot more. That must be kind of like freaky at times.
Yeah, and all over the world.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And they watch it over there because it's about community and team. It's not about Texas high school football. And they all had coaches and teachers and loves and problems, but it's about community and team. And every country understands that. Soccer in French, and I said, such, you guys want to show, everybody watch it. So
I'm going to start with you, Jeffrey. You directed the second episode, and then several others after that. We'll start with you, but then everybody else can chime in. Is there an episode that, looking back, that you just personally love the most?
Is there an episode?
We're all listening.
Yeah.
The wedding episode was really
fun.
It was everybody had their moment. It's the marriage of Tim Billy Riggins. Yeah, and it just came. The great thing about the show was that the writers' room breathed in everything that was happening in the course of the season. So they adapted so beautifully and very quickly to tell these stories. Like, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
What was her name? Stacy?
Yeah.
What was her character's name?
Mindy?
Mindy.
Yeah.
Like, who knew that they were going to be a play, right?
Yeah.
But we had a lot of great moments. There were a lot of, I remember a moment where he was getting the second episode we were doing when they were dressing him. Like they were
in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remember, I don't think it was like scripted to have him get dressed, but it was just so beautiful. We had real nurses do it. So it informed me for like the rest of the show. But I love all episodes.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all you had to say. I love them all.
They're all my children.
Yes. Yes.
I know last year there was a potential reboot that was announced. Is there any update on that?
Update on the reboot?
Yeah.
No update right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have a follow-up because I've, loved college sports, so I've been kind of well-versed in sort of the NIL era.
Yeah.
If this does continue to develop in some way, would you want to keep it set in Texas or maybe a state that does sort of tackle NIL?
I think if you're going to do Friday Night Lights, you would want it to be in Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But NIL is affecting, even
everything.
though it's not in high school in Texas right now, it's affecting high school.
Yeah.
But what's really funny about NIL and Friday Night Lights is we kind of already explored it a little bit with Voodoo. I mean, even though it was under the table, now it's just above the table, but high school athletes getting paid to relocate all of these different things. I mean, it was going on forever and ever and ever. Now it's just legitimized.
It's public.
Right. We've kind of already explored a lot of this. Now, of course, there's a whole new angle, and there's the social media aspect
gonna say.
under a microscope at all times. But, you know, I'm just glad to hear that he said they would stay in Texas.
Keep it in Texas.
Friday Night Lights can't go anywhere else.
Queens would be a good place.
Well, I'm from North Carolina. We have a lot of, you know, Friday Night Lights energy, you know, town shuts down kind of, you know, every Friday night kind of situation. So that's why I was like,
You were hoping?
I'm watching my life. I was a cheerleader, so it was like I got to see it all sort of play out. Okay, so 20 years is a long time. Where would you say Buddy, Jason, and Julie are today?
I'll let Amy go first.
Oh, Julie.
Oh, Julie. I don't know. I think Julie's living her best life somewhere. You know, probably her and Matt are, you know, living their best life.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say.
Kids?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
No. No. Cost of kids is, you know. we're
All I can say is thank God I'm the writer.
Give him some ideas.
She's like one of the boringest TV shows. Now it's a bad guy. Too much, huh?
Too much? No, I mean, like, I think that, you know, I think it's about, like, community of raising a kid, and whether it's your kid or it's your sister's kid or it's your, you know, best friend's kid. I think that, like, child rearing is really become a different thing than it was 20 years ago. So,
For me, I think Jason Street, in one of the main core explorations of the show was how people get stuck in a place like Dillon, how it's possible to just get stuck. And Jason seemed like he might be the most stuck of all, and he kind of really beat all the odds and ended up in the biggest city in the United States with a family that no one thought he'd ever have. I didn't see anything but success in Jason Street's future. You know, maybe a second kid even. Him and Aaron, happy, you know, doing his thing as a sports agent.
Yep.
You know, and just keeping that whole thing rolling. You know, one of my favorite episodes was towards the end of season 1, Changes, and there was a scene in particular where Street and Smash and Saracen and Riggins are all on the football field, and we shot it overnight. We actually watched the sunrise, and the way that they chose to shoot Jason in that episode from low angles constantly in a very heroic light, like after a very arduous, isolating season, like just showed me that this guy really can get it back. And by the end of season 3, when he left, he had fully become his own person after, you know, his injury. So I think he's successful doing his thing in New York. Maybe even has his own company.
Well, Buddy is on the golf course. Well, wherever he goes, and he's going everywhere. He's going to the mountains, and he's going to the beaches, and he's going to be playing golf.
Do you think he'd like dabble in pickleball though?
Yes.
Okay.
And he probably broke his ankle the first day because he was overextending himself because he thought he was an 8 athlete. And you know, these days, your surgeons are saying there are a lot of people that come in there when they start pickleball because they think can do it.
Is the dealership called Buddy Juniors now?
I don't think it is. Because he went back to California. No, he stayed there too.
Yeah. Jason, we were just discussing this earlier, but I think one of the many magical, great aspects of Friday Night Lights is how, you know, it was truly one of the most realistic teen shows about class. And it was really the first time at that point that I had seen a show that really showed rural America in such a realistic way. You know, we got to see these houses. It wasn't like cookie cutter by any means. At that time, did you get any pushback from the network about that? About sort of, you know, showing a different side of America?
Trying to think if I did or not, about if I got pushback from them. I mean, that was definitely the thing. You're hitting on something that's one of the things that I love most about the show. And at the time, and this is 20 years ago that we did it, it didn't exist on network television.
Right.
You know, really going and the fact that we were able to come here and shoot here, we never built a set. Every place that we shot
Was real.
was real, and we went into those. You know what I mean? Like we went into you know, the houses and schools and fields and all that stuff. It was it just so that's what you're talking about like sort of how it was this authentic kind of like window into this world. Like you felt like you were sort of dropped down into this world and were observing it and watching it. Is something that it's really the thing that I love most about the show, and I think why it resonates still to this day. That it feels like like you watch the show, and it's like the situation that people are in, everybody's in. You're watching that not just about football, but the families and relationships and friendships. They all feel very visceral and alive.
Yeah, like creeks and all.
Such a great point. I mean, that's just something that we were talking about last night. And the first time Jason and I met, I connected to the social class, the economic class. It just like, I remember telling Jason, I know what these people eat for dinner on a Tuesday night. And I never wanted to show, like people kept on saying, well, here's like downtown San Marcos, a beautiful, and I never wanted to see that. I never wanted to make it this idolized, beautiful downtown, because so much suburbia doesn't have that.
Yeah.
It's like there is no downtown. Yeah. So the community is within the homes. And, it's funny, we rented houses for the term of the show. So Kyle and Connie basically lived in that house.
Yeah.
And the Riggins house we rented.
Yeah.
And Kyle would always make
Bacon.
he'd always make the breakfasts.
Yeah.
So it just felt lived in. But that to me is what I love about the show. And I don't know if I've seen it. They try it, but we kind of led with that.
Yeah. It still feels very like, I know people say a lot of times that you see yourself on screen, but like that was really the first show that it's like I felt like I was in those rooms because I
moved
did live in those
around
rooms.
for so many days. We moved the set and the crew 5 times, and we could never do this because population up and the traffic. There's no way we could shoot that way because we came in early. We would do so many scenes in different places and move the whole crew. It was insane. Cannot do that anymore. Not here.
Well, thanks so much for coming to the studio and stopping by. 20 years, like how is this even possible?
Every time they say 20-year reunion, I feel very old. It's very uncomfortable.
I remember watching the pilot, like as a teenager, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like 20 years have passed.
Yeah. I mean, I feel very old regardless. So the older I get, it just goes by. It's like, it's all the same. It just goes by. So it is 20 years, but it's like getting together with all these people, seeing the faces, having the chemistry is such a strong like sense memory. It's kind of overwhelming.
Last night was a little.
It really was.
I was nervous just because I'm socially awkward, but then like finally just seeing everybody, and it was like, oh, that's my family.
Yeah.
It felt very good.
And you spend years for writers or actors thinking about these characters. Years they become like your own people.
Yeah.
And then they just go away. So it's like to suddenly see them all together again is quite a break.
Yeah. We asked the cast yesterday to like maybe think about some of their favorite episodes, and a lot of them said Mindy's wedding.
Yes.
They loved that episode.
It's crazy to me.
Talk to me like we
loved Mindy.
Yes.
Like the writers loved her from day one.
I love that. she's a lot. That day was rough. It was we did 18 pages. We did 18 pages that day. In one day, because we only had that location for that one day, and Ray Romano ended up showing up on set because he wanted to watch how Friday Night Lights worked because he was about to shoot
Parenthood.
Men of a Certain Age, and he wanted to watch it, so he was like shadowing Reiner that whole day, and I was like, Ray Romano is at my wedding, so like the whole day is just here's why mostly. The episode is very fun, and like the story is really good. We did the scene first, where Derek and I leave the wedding and everybody throws the rice, but they threw the rice at and I was like, hey, let's not do that again.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it was 13 hours. I took my dress off and all this rice fell to the floor, and I was like, and I had indentations for like 30 days. It was like torture.
it's such a great episode. There's just like, we've got the white suits, the white cowboy hats, the room itself, like everybody's there, like that. It's kind of rare to have everybody all in the same kind of room for the most part.
Yeah. The costume choices were genius.
We're genius. What did you love Mindy's wedding dress?
I wanted to go a little bit further. I remember we actually went wedding dress shopping with the costume department. Like, I got to like try on wedding dresses before we did it, and we were like, how low will NBC let this happen? How much butt crack can Mindy show for NBC? And then they were like, butterfly wings, and I was like, yes. I'm not gonna say no to anything. Whatever, yes, do more.
Where do you think Mindy would be today, 20 years later?
Oh my God, I really love Mindy's arc. She became like maternal and caring, and you could tell that underneath her exterior she's actually kind of intelligent. And
yes.
in my mind, she and Billy try their best to follow Coach and Tammy after they leave, and like she probably isn't going to become a school counselor, let's be honest, but like teach dance or something with kids maybe.
There's other ways to have impact on your community.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a counselor or a coach or anything like that, but like there's other ways to sort of show your love for your community.
Stripping.
Yeah
And still you can't beat that money.
When it comes to your favorite episodes, do you have one, both of you, do you have one that stands out to you?
Honestly, no. I mean, there's a bunch of them that I do love. I love New York, New York. I mean, I'm saying ones that I wrote, which is like, of course.
Or is there one that you wrote that you really
look
back on and you love?
I loved all of them. It was the best show to write for. It was an amazing room. David Hudgens, Liz Heldens, John and Patrick, Bridget Carpenter. It was amazing.
Yeah. Is it Sins of Our Father? Is that the Matt funeral one? Which, like, why was Mindy at that funeral? Thank God I was watching Zach work that day, and we were just like, excuse me, what are you doing right now? That episode is great, and the finale. I think
I think it's called The Sun. I just looked it up.
The Sun. It is called The Sun, not the Sins of Our Father. That would be weird because he's dead.
No,
called The Sun.
See, I totally thought that was a good answer.
It's a really good title, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Maybe Rollin messed that up.
Yeah. It was Rollin Jones.
With when you look at like sort of the series as a whole, and obviously you get to explore a lot of different storylines, over the seasons. Is there a storyline, maybe from a writer's perspective or even just a character's perspective, that you wish you could have maybe explored more of or tapped into a little bit more?
Oh, okay. All of my answers are going to be so dumb. I pitched this to David Hudgens. I thought the school should do a musical, but they didn't have enough boy dancers. So we do like Damn Yankees, and they don't have enough male dancers. So the football team comes in and does the musical, and Mindy is directing and choreographing. Musical episode Friday Night Lights.
So you should have pitched that to me.
I know. I went to the wrong. Dave was like, Stacey, shut up.
Because I love a musical. And basically that's what High School Musical is. It's that story.
And I love it. I would have watched it. I would have gone triple platinum in my house.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You know what? Everybody's here.
We're gonna
Let's
do
just
it in
film
my
it now.
garage.
What about you?
I think I always was wanting to push humor. And I was like, season 2 was very sad that it got abruptly stopped, because I feel like we had the storyline about Lila, who had an affair with Tim the whole first season, and then she just feels so guilty, and she just becomes like super Christian at that point, and sort of following her down that road, and we had a really good ending for it. But I think I always thought the show was funny.
Yeah.
So I would tend to push humor. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like even in, everyday life, even in kind of like darker moments, there is a lot of levity.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times in storytelling, like people shy away from that. Like even like because it feels a little uncomfortable, but sometimes if you're not going to cry, you might as well laugh about
right.
it a little bit.
And honestly, crying and laughing go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But we did get to do a lot of humor, and it was beautifully executed.
2020, the show continues to find new audiences, through streaming and whatnot. And the love I've seen here, this is my first time in Austin, you know, the love for this show kind of really showcases the enduring legacy of it.
Yeah.
How does that feel from like a creative standpoint, but also from, you know, an actor standpoint, to sort of see that the show still has legs for a show that was almost canceled several times, and people still love it so much to this day. And now it's like it's more generations are finding it.
Yeah, it is. In fact, my daughter came with me and my son, because they love the show too. So it is very, it keeps on living.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know how you felt last night, but it's just such a, a terrible thing to say, but it's like, you know how when you die and you have a funeral and everyone comes and tells you how much they love you, but you're dead?
Yeah.
Like we got a eulogy.
we got it early. Yeah. So that was lovely. but it's just lovely when people show up to give love, you know?
Yeah.
It's very rare.
That's what it is. Our fans are very, very cool.
They
They love
are.
the show, but they're also super chill about it, and it's
Yeah.
not like crazy. We were going from the theater to the after party, and they were like, "Guys, we don't have security. We get to walk you there." And me and Kai are like, "We're gonna be fine. Like our fans are very cool. We're gonna be okay."
They are. It's funny how you get different fans with different shows.
That is true.
Different
That
shows
is
are not as chill as
true.
Friday Night Lights fans.